In the vast, sun-drenched plains of the African savanna, life is a constant and unfolding drama. Here, every creature plays a part in the great story of survival. Our story begins with a young male lion. His name is Red. He is a magnificent animal, full of the strength and confidence of youth. His mane, though not yet fully grown, is a fiery auburn, catching the golden light of the dawn. Red is part of a powerful pride, a family of lions that commands a wide territory. But within him stirs a restless spirit, a curiosity that pulls him towards the unknown, towards the very edges of his world. Red is no ordinary lion. He is a prince in his own right, destined one day to lead. But leadership is not simply inherited, it is earned through experience, through challenges met and overcome. His days are often spent patrolling the familiar heartland of his pride's domain alongside the other males. They walk with a purpose, their powerful legs carrying them across the grasslands. They scent mark the acacia trees, a clear message to any intruders that this land is taken. Yet, for Red, the familiar is not enough. His eyes often gaze towards the distant horizon, where the land changes and new smells drift on the wind. This adventurous spirit is both a strength and a potential weakness. It is what will one day make him a formidable king, willing to explore and conquer new ground for his family. But it can also lead a young, inexperienced lion into grave danger. The savanna does not forgive mistakes easily. Every shadow can hide a threat, and every new scent can belong to a rival or a predator. Red, in his youthful boldness, feels invincible. He has known the safety of his pride, the strength of his brothers, and the thrill of the hunt. He has yet to truly understand the loneliness of being outnumbered and the chilling reality of his own mortality. Today, that familiar pull towards the horizon is stronger than ever. The air is still, heavy with the heat of the midday sun. Most of the pride is resting, conserving energy in the shade of a rocky outcrop, but Red is awake and alert. He stands, stretches his powerful muscles, and casts a final look at his sleeping family. A silent decision is made. He will go and see what lies beyond the riverbed, at the very edge of their land. He turns and pads away softly, his paws making almost no sound on the dry earth. He is heading towards a lesson he will never forget, a lesson written in tooth and claw. Red moves with a quiet confidence, a silent predator on a personal quest. The landscape slowly begins to change around him. The open grasslands, so familiar and reassuring, give way to scrubbier bush and scattered thorny trees. This is the borderland, a neutral zone that is not truly his own. The scents in the air are different here. They are the marks of wanderers, of lone animals, and of the great rivals of his kind, the spotted hyenas. Red lifts his head, sniffing the air with a deep, thoughtful inhalation. He can smell them, but the scent is old, not fresh enough to cause immediate alarm. He continues his journey, driven by that powerful, youthful curiosity. He's venturing further now than he has ever gone alone. The ties to his pride feel distant, like a memory from another time. Here he is just one lion, a solitary figure in a vast and indifferent wilderness. The sun beats down relentlessly, and the air shimmers with heat. He passes the skeletal remains of a wildebeest, picked clean by scavengers. It is a stark reminder of the rules of this place. Life is a gift, but it can be taken away in an instant. Red, however, is not thinking of death. He is thinking of discovery. He feels the thrill of independence, the power of being the master of his own path, even if only for a few hours. His journey takes him to a dried-up riverbed, its sandy bottom cracked and barren under the African sun. This is a natural boundary, a line that is often respected by the different clans and prides. To cross it is to enter another's world. For a moment, Red hesitates. A flicker of instinct, a whisper of caution, tells him to turn back. The sensible choice would be to return to the safety of his family, to the comforting presence of the other lions. But the call of the unknown is too strong. He wants to see what is on the other side. With a final decisive step, he descends into the riverbed and climbs the opposite bank, leaving his own territory behind. On the other side, the air is thick with a smell that is both enticing and deeply unsettling. It is the smell of a recent kill. This is what has drawn the hyenas here. Red can now see vultures circling high above, a clear sign that a feast is happening or has just ended. His hunter's instinct is piqued, but so is his sense of danger. He is now an intruder, a trespasser in a place governed by others. He moves forward cautiously, his body low to the ground, using the sparse vegetation for cover. He is about to walk directly into the heart of a hyena stronghold, a place where a lone lion should never, ever be. As Red crests a small rise, the scene unfolds before him. It is not a scene of a peaceful feast. It is a gathering, a convergence of formidable power. Dotted across the landscape are spotted hyenas. There are not just a few, there are more than 20 of them. They are everywhere, their distinctive forms moving with a loping, powerful gait. They are the resident clan, and Red has walked straight into the middle of their central meeting ground. The remains of a zebra lie nearby. But the meal is clearly over. Now, their attention has found a new focus. It has found him. He has made a critical error, and he knows it instantly. The hyenas turn as one, their dark eyes fixing on the lone lion. A low, whooping sound begins to ripple through the clan, a sound that will soon build into a chorus of unnerving cackles and laughs. Red is completely surrounded. He stands frozen for a moment, his heart pounding in his chest. The confidence that carried him this far evaporates like morning mist. In its place is a cold, primal fear. He is a powerful predator, a young king, but here his royal status means nothing. Here, he is prey. He is trapped, with no clear path of escape. The hyenas begin to close in, slowly, deliberately, testing his resolve. Red immediately adopts a defensive posture. He lowers his head, flattens his ears against his skull, and lets out a deep, rumbling growl that vibrates through the very ground. It is a warning, a clear statement of his power and his intent to fight. His lips curl back to reveal a formidable set of canine teeth, weapons designed for killing. A single hyena, perhaps braver or more foolish than the rest, darts in close. Red lunges with lightning speed, swiping a huge paw armed with claws like daggers. The hyena yelps and scrambles back, but the attack has served its purpose. It has shown the others that he will not be an easy victim. But this is not a one-on-one fight. This is a battle of one against many. The hyenas are masters of cooperative hunting and harassment. They are intelligent and patient. They know that a direct, full-frontal assault on an adult male lion is suicidal. A single swipe of his paw can crush a skull. A single bite from his jaws can sever a spine. So, they will not offer him a straightforward fight. Instead, they will use their greatest advantage, their numbers. They will lay siege to him. A relentless, suffocating pressure, designed to drain his strength and his spirit until he can fight no more. The trap is sprung. The air becomes thick with sound. The hyena's calls grow louder, a disorienting symphony of whoops, giggles, and cackles that seems to come from all directions at once. This is a deliberate tactic. The noise is designed to confuse and intimidate, to overwhelm the senses of their target. Red finds it hard to focus. He turns his head from side to side, trying to keep track of every single threat, but they are a constantly shifting circle of menace. The moment he focuses on one hyena, another darts in from behind, nipping at his heels or his hindquarters. It is a frustrating and exhausting ordeal. Each hyena plays its part in this deadly dance. They move with a chilling coordination, a shared intelligence guiding the clan. Some stay at a distance, their eerie laughter adding to the psychological pressure. Others are more daring. They perform feigned charges, rushing in only to veer away at the last second. This forces Red to react constantly, to lunge and snarl, to expend precious energy with every defensive move. He is a fortress under siege, and every small attack is like a stone being chipped away from his walls. He cannot rest, not even for a second. The pressure is relentless, a rising tide of aggression. Red fights back with courage and fury. His roars are deep and powerful, a desperate attempt to assert his dominance and scatter his attackers. When a hyena gets too close, he explodes into action. He charges, scattering a small group, but the moment he turns his back, others rush in from the opposite side. He is like a man trying to fight the ocean's waves. For every one he pushes back, two more crash down upon him. The hyenas are not trying to kill him with a single decisive blow. They are trying to bleed him of his stamina, to wear him down until he is too tired to even lift his head. The sun continues its slow journey across the sky, and the heat adds to Red's exhaustion. His breathing becomes heavy, his powerful chest heaving with the effort. Sweat, though not visible as it is in humans, would be pouring from him if it could. His muscles, once fresh and full of power, are beginning to burn with fatigue. The sheer number of opponents is overwhelming. He can fend off 1, 2, or even 5 hyenas. But 20? It is an impossible task. He knows, with a dreadful certainty, that he cannot keep this up forever. His strength is failing, and the hyenas can sense it. Their cackles take on a new edge of excitement. They believe victory is near. The Hyenas strategy is a masterpiece of brutal efficiency. It's a plan that's been perfected over thousands of years of competition with the great cats. They understand that a male lion's greatest weapons are his explosive power and his devastating bite. But their goal isn't to match those weapons, instead it's to make them irrelevant. They do this by denying him a single target. The clan spreads out, forming a wide, loose circle. This forces Red to constantly turn, to divide his attention, keeping him from focusing his immense strength on any one individual for long enough to inflict a fatal injury. The attack comes in waves. A small group will dart in from the east, nipping and harassing. As Red turns to confront them, another group will test his defenses from the west. It's a relentless, rotating assault. Their jaws, while not as powerful as a lion's for a single killing bite, are still immensely strong, capable of crushing bone. They snap at his legs and his flanks, delivering painful but not immediately lethal wounds. Each bite is like a small victory for the clan. Another drop of strength stolen from the beleaguered lion. It's really a death by 1,000 cuts, a slow, draining process of attrition. Red is caught in a terrible dilemma. If he stands his ground, he'll be endlessly harassed until he collapses from exhaustion. If he tries to run, he risks exposing his back, which would be a fatal mistake. A running animal is an invitation for the entire pack to give chase and pull him down. He must stand and fight, but the fight is unwinnable. He's a powerful battleship, but he's surrounded by a fleet of smaller, faster vessels that can strike from any angle. His mighty cannons are useless when the enemy is everywhere and nowhere at once. The Hyenas aren't just a mob, they're a coordinated army with a single, clear objective. The alpha female of the clan directs the attack with subtle signals, a flick of the ear, a specific call. She stays at a safe distance, assessing the lion's condition. She sees his powerful lunges becoming slower, his roars growing weaker, tinged with desperation. She knows the moment is approaching. Soon he'll be too tired to defend himself effectively. Then, and only then, will the clan move in for the final, overwhelming assault. For Red, time is running out. The sun is sinking lower, and with it, his hopes of survival are beginning to fade. He's losing this battle of endurance. As his strength wanes, a deeper, more primal instinct takes over. Red is no longer just a proud, independent explorer. He is a member of a pride, a part of a family. In his moment of greatest need, he remembers his brothers. He fills his lungs with what feels like his last reserve of air. It is not a roar of aggression or dominance this time. It is something different. It is a call for help. The sound that erupts from his throat is deep, resonant, and carries a note of pure desperation. It is a sound that travels for miles across the stillness of the savannah, a distress signal sent out into the wilderness. The hyenas pause for a moment, their cackles momentarily silenced by the sheer power of the roar. They know what it means. A lion calling like that is often answered. They glance around nervously, their ears twitching, scanning the horizon. But they are deep in their own territory, and the lion is far from his. They believe no help will come in time. Their confidence returns and the harassment resumes with renewed vigor. They can taste victory. They see the great lion stumbling, his movements becoming sluggish and uncoordinated. They believe this will be his final stand. But the sound of that roar has traveled on the wind, over the scrubland and across the dry riverbed. It has reached the ears of another lion. Back in the pride's territory, a second male lion, Tattoo, lifts his magnificent dark-maned head. He has been resting, but the sound slices through his slumber. He knows that roar. He knows the voice of his coalition partner, his brother in the endless war for survival. He recognizes the panic and desperation woven into the sound. It is a call that cannot be ignored. A bond forged in battle and brotherhood demands a response. Without a moment's hesitation, Tattoo rises to his feet. He is larger and more experienced than Red, a seasoned warrior who understands the dangers of the savannah all too well. He doesn't know what kind of trouble Red is in, but he knows it is serious. He lets out an answering roar, a promise that help is on the way. Then he begins to run. His powerful muscles propel him forward, eating up the ground with long, effortless strides. He is a force of nature in motion, a living embodiment of loyalty and strength, racing against time to save his companion. The race is on. For Red, every second feels like an eternity. He is on the verge of collapse. His vision is blurring at the edges, and his legs tremble with the strain of holding his own weight. The hyenas are growing bolder, sensing the end is near. They are closing the circle, preparing for the final rush that will bring him down. He can feel their hot breath, see the hunger in their eyes. He swings his head one last time, a gesture of defiance, but it lacks its earlier power. Hope is almost gone, surrendered to the crushing weight of exhaustion and despair. He is ready to die fighting, but he knows he is about to die. Then, a new sound cuts through the cackling of the hyenas. It is a sound of thundering paws, of immense weight moving at incredible speed. It is the sound of pure, concentrated power. And then comes the roar. It is not the desperate call of a trapped animal. It is the deep, earth-shaking bellow of an angry king. Tatu has arrived. He bursts over the rise, a vision of awesome fury. He is not just a lion, he is an avenging force. His dark mane makes him look larger, more intimidating, and his eyes are blazing with protective rage. He does not slow down. He charges directly into the fray. The arrival of a second, fresh, and furious male lion changes everything in an instant. The hyenas, who were just moments from victory, are thrown into chaos and panic. Their carefully constructed strategy was designed for one tired lion, not two powerful warriors. Tatu is a whirlwind of destruction. He smashes into the pack, his immense body scattering hyenas like leaves in a storm. He is not just defending, he is attacking. He singles out the boldest of the hyenas and pursues them with terrifying intent. The hunters have suddenly become the hunted. Red sees his ally, and a new surge of adrenaline, of hope, floods through him. The sight of Tatu, his brother, fighting for him gives him renewed strength. He is no longer alone. He finds his feet, lifts his head and joins the fight. He lets out a roar that mixes with Tatu's, a duet of leonine power that echoes across the plains. The psychological advantage has shifted completely. The hyenas' courage, which was built on their superior numbers, crumbles in the face of such overwhelming force and fury. They are no longer a disciplined clan, they are a panicked mob. The scene is no longer a siege, it is a rout. The teamwork of the two lions is instinctive and devastatingly effective. They fight back to back, a solid wall of muscle, tooth, and claw. When Tatu charges forward, Red guards their flank. When Red lunges, Tatu is there to cover his retreat. They are a single fighting unit, their movements perfectly synchronized. The hyenas have no answer to this. Any attempt to attack one lion exposes them to the wrath of the other. Their strategy of harassment is useless against two opponents who can defend each other. The odds have not just evened, they have tilted overwhelmingly in favor of the lions. Tatu is the hammer, driving deep into the hyena ranks with raw aggression. He is older, stronger, and filled with a cold fury for what was being done to his companion. His charges are not feints, they are genuine attacks meant to inflict serious damage. The hyenas, so brave just minutes before, now scramble to get out of his way. Red, though exhausted, becomes the anchor. He holds his ground, his presence creating a safe zone behind Tatu. He snaps and snarls at any hyena that dares to get close, his renewed spirit making him a formidable defender once more. Together, they are an unstoppable force. The hyenas begin to retreat. Their confident cackles have been replaced by yelps of pain and calls of alarm. They are intelligent enough to know when a fight is lost. To continue would be suicide. The risk is no longer worth the potential reward. They begin to melt away into the bush, their loping forms disappearing into the long shadows of the late afternoon. They cast backward glances, their dark eyes still watching, but they keep their distance. The battle is over. The lions have won. The hyenas will live to fight another day, but this day does not belong to them. Panting heavily, the two lions stand side by side in the now quiet landscape. The ground around them is torn up from the struggle. Red is bleeding from a dozen small wounds, and he is so tired he can barely stand. Tatu stands beside him, a reassuring and powerful presence. They exchange a look, a silent communication of gratitude and deep, unbreakable loyalty. They touch their heads together in a gesture of comradeship. They have faced death together and emerged victorious. Their bond, already strong, has been forged anew in the crucible of battle. They are more than just allies, they are brothers. As the sun sets, casting a warm orange glow over the savannah, Red and Tatu begin their slow walk home. Red leans against Tatu for support, his adventurous spirit now tempered by a harsh but vital lesson. He has learned about the limits of his own strength. He has discovered that courage alone is not always enough to ensure survival. The wilderness is a place of unforgiving mathematics, where numbers can and do triumph over individual might. His journey to the edge of his world taught him a profound respect for the boundaries that keep his pride safe, and for the dangers that lie beyond them. This dramatic encounter reveals the complex relationship between lions and hyenas. They are not simply enemies, they are ancient rivals, locked in an eternal struggle for the same resources. The hyenas demonstrated their incredible intelligence and social cohesion, a strategy that nearly brought down one of nature's most powerful predators. It shows that in the wild, strength comes in many forms. It can be the explosive power of a single lion, but it can also be the coordinated cunning of a large clan. This balance of power is what makes the ecosystem of the savanna so dynamic and so endlessly fascinating. But the most powerful lesson of the day is about the strength of companionship. Red was saved not by his own claws or teeth, but by a roar for help that was answered. Tatu's arrival was a testament to the incredible social bonds that exist within a lion pride. These are not just collections of individuals, they are families, coalitions built on loyalty and mutual support. In a world filled with constant threats, this unity is their greatest weapon. It allows them to defend vast territories, raise their young and, as we have seen, to rescue one another from certain death. Friendship, in this world, is not a luxury. It is a vital tool for survival. As the two brothers finally reach the safety of their pride's territory, they are greeted by the other lions. They will rest, and Red's wounds will heal. He will carry the scars of this day for the rest of his life, but they will be reminders not of his failure, but of his survival and the loyalty of his brother. The great drama of the savannah continues, a timeless story of life, death, and the powerful bonds that make life possible. For Red, the world is now a bigger, more dangerous, but also a more meaningful place. He is no longer just a prince, he is a survivor and one step closer to becoming a true king.